Pick the inequality whose solution set is shaded below. We have a line and the solution above that line. So now let's see these inequalities. We have 3x minus 2y bigger than 6. And we have same here 2x minus 3y. So we have two line equations or two inequalities different. We have one of them 3x minus 2y. And we have 2x minus 3y. And this line is a solid line, as you see. It's a solid line, right? This line is a solid. It's not a dotted line. If dotted line and we are going to compare inequality, so it will be less, bigger, without equal. Equal will not be there. But if a solid line, so less or equal, bigger or equal. So this is different. So here we have a solid line. So this will not be the right answer. We have, and this will not be the right answer because we don't have the equal here. So we are talking about this 1, 2, 3, 3 solution. Now, here we have the solution is above that line. So let's take any point in this line and substitute in both equations, and let's see which one will be a solution for this inequality. So let's take, for example, point 0 and 0 here. Simple thing. X is 0, y is 0. So we will have 3 multiply 0 minus 2 multiply 0 will be equal 0. So now we have the left side of the inequality 0. Now 0 here bigger equal to 6. For this one we have here this is 0 bigger, no, so this is not the right answer. We have here also 2x minus 3y, we'll take the point of 0 and 0 also. 2 multiply 0 minus 3 multiply 0 equal to 0. So this one will be 0. Bigger than 6, wrong answer. Let's take this one, 2, 0. 2x minus 3y, it's 0. Less than 6, yes. So this would be the right answer. Okay. Consider the graph below. We see this graph. For which of the following inequalities does the graph represent the solution set? If the shaded region is the solution to the inequality. We have these inequalities and we need to see which of these inequalities does the graph represent as a solution. Now let's see this graph. We have here that here, first of thing, we have a dotted line. Dotted line, that means any point in this line will not be a solution set. And this shaded area is the solution set. Okay? Now, the equation of this line, we have here minus 2, so it will be x less than minus 2. So all the values of the left of the shaded region will be a solution for this inequality. Okay, here, because it's a dotted line, so that means we will not have equal in the equality. So bigger than or equal or less than or equal will not be included. So let's see here the inequalities. We have this one, 5x less than or equal. It will be wrong answer because the line is dotted. And 5x bigger than or equal minus 10 will be also a wrong answer. Now, the equation of this line, you see the line here is passing, it's a vertical line passing the x-axis at minus 2. So x will be less than minus 2. Here we have 5x and minus 10. So let's simplify this equation. For example, this one. If we divided this by 5 and divide this by 5, so x will be less than minus 2, which is the same line equation. So this is the right answer. This one, if we divide by 5 and divide by 5, it will be x bigger than minus 2, which is wrong answer because here is less, not bigger. Okay. Now for this one, let's divide by minus 5 and divide this one by minus 5. We will get that x will be bigger than 2, which is not the right answer also. Okay. Refer to the figure below. we have this figure. We have here is saying if M is the transversal to the line S and T. So this is M is the transversal to the lines S and T. Okay. Then the pair of corresponding angle. Corresponding angle, it will be, as we mentioned, one angle is internal and external. So let's see here. So we have, for example, we have angle 3 and angle 7 is a corresponding angle. We have angle 2 and angle 6 is a corresponding angle. Angle 5, angle 1 is a corresponding angle. Angle 8 and angle 4 is a corresponding angle. So let's mention all the corresponding angle. It will be angle 7 and angle 3. One exterior and one interior angles. We have 8 and 4. We have angle 8 and angle 4. Here we have angle 2, so it will be angle 6, angle 2, and angle 6. And we will have angle 5 and angle 1, and angle 5 and angle 1. This is the corresponding angles. Now let's see which one of them. Here is saying 1 and 3, 1 and 3. Angle 1 and 3, this is 3 and this is 1. It's a vertical angle. This is vertical, not corresponding. Now 2 and 5, we have 2 and 5. This is called co-interior angle, not corresponding angle. And we have angle 3 and angle 5. Angle 3 and angle 5. This will be called alternate interior. This is alternate interior. Okay. Now angle 3 and angle 7. Yes, this is a corresponding angle. Angle 4 and angle 6. Let's see. Angle 4 and angle 6. There is no relation between angle 4 and angle 6, so it will be wrong answer. So all these answers are wrong because he's asking for a corresponding angle. Okay. Refer to the figure below. We have line L is a transversal to the line N and M. Okay. Then the pair of alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. Okay. Now alternate interior angles. So we will talk about the angle between the two lines. These angles. So we have angle 1 and 5. This is called alternate. Angle 1 and angle 5. And angle 4 and angle 6. Angle 4 and angle 6. This is alternate interior angle. So now let's see the answers here. Angle 1 and angle 8. We have angle 1 and angle 8. There is no any relation. Angle 1 and angle 5. Yes, this is alternate interior angle. We have angle 3 and angle 5. Angle 3 and angle 5. This is corresponding angle. One angle is interior, one angle exterior on the same side. Corresponding, okay. Now angle 8 and angle 2, we have angle 8 and angle 2, there is no relation. And angle 4 and angle 5, angle 4 and angle 5, this is called co-interior. Two interior angles in the same side, okay. So all the answers are wrong. So only 1 and 5 is the right answer. Refer to the figure below. We have this figure, we have if M is a transversal to the line S and T. So this line is transversal to line S and T. Then, so because the M is transversal to line S and T, so the angles will have a relation between each other. So, but here he wants to ask about corresponding angles. So corresponding angles, it means one interior angle with outside interior angle in the same side. Okay. So let's see which angles are corresponding here. So for example, I have this angle 3. This is interior angle with external angle, okay, which is 7 in the same side. So it will be angle 7 and angle 3. This is corresponding angle. What else? We have angle 4 and angle 8. Angle 4 and angle 8. We have angle 2 and angle 6. angle 2, and angle 6. And we have angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 1 and angle 5. So now let's see the questions here, the answers here. We have angle 1 and angle 3. Angle 1 and angle 3. This is vertical angles. Angle 2 and angle 5. This is co-interior angle. Angle 3 and angle 5. Angle 3 and angle 5. This is alternate interior angle. Angle 3 and angle 7, yes, corresponding angle. Angle 4 and angle 6, there is no relation between them. Okay. Refer to the figure below. We have this figure. If the T is a transversal to the line L and M, okay, then the pair of interior angles on the same side, interior angle on the same side, or co-interior, we can say also co-interior, okay, or interior angles on the same side of the traversal are. So the interior angle, it will be the angle between the two lines, okay. Now in the same side, so it will be, for example, 3 and 6. So we have angle 3 and 6, and angle 4 and 5, and angle 4 and 5. These are interior angles on the same side. So let's see here the answers here. Angle 1 and angle 8, angle 1 and angle 8, no relation, two external angles. Now angle 1 and angle 5, angle 1 and angle 1, this is external angle, and angle 5 interior angle, so this one will be corresponding angle. Okay, angle 3 and angle 6, yes, this is the right answer. Angle 4 and angle 6, angle 4 and angle 6, this is alternate interior angle. Okay, angle 3 and angle 7, angle 3 and angle 7, this one. We have angle 3 and angle 7, this also a corresponding angle. So this also a wrong answer, and this one will be a wrong answer. Wrong answer. So the only answer as interior angles on the same side is 3 and 6. Okay. Now we have this figure. Okay, now if measurement of angle 4, we have angle 4. The measurement of angle 4 is 110, and measurement of angle 6 is 70, and these two angles are interior angles. Okay. Now then the reason why line S parallel to line T. Okay, now here, if I have two parallel lines and a transversal line intersecting the two parallel lines in different points, so this one will be transversal, this is a transversal line, and these two lines are parallel, so we have many conditions will be there for the angles. One of them is the interior angles on the same side will be equal to 180. Okay, another one, we have two parallel line, and this is a transversal, and this is two parallel line. We will have corresponding angle will be equal. Okay, now another scenario, if we have two parallel line and there is a transversal, the alternate interior angle will be equal. Okay, so now let's see here. Now we have angle, measurement of angle 4 and measurement of angle 6. If we add them together, angle 4 plus angle 6 equal to 180, because angle 4 is 110 and angle 6 is 70, so it will be 180. And this only will be right if the two lines are parallel and there is a transversal line. Okay, now let's see the answers here. Now the reason why the two lines are parallel, now two lines perpendicular to the same line are parallel? No, this is not a wrong answer, not the right answer, because the transversal don't have to be a perpendicular. Okay, or these two lines, the parallel line, to have to be perpendicular. It can be perpendicular or not. Now, co-interior angle are supplementary. Two interior angle are supplementary. Yes, it can be right, but something is missing. Now, if a transversal intersect, so this is the wrong answer. If a transversal intersects two lines and form a pair of alternate interior angle that are congruent, then the two lines are parallel. Okay, we have co-interior alternate interior angle that are congruent because they will be equal. Then the two lines are parallel. No, it doesn't mean a right answer. Now here, for this situation, it's not a right answer because here we are talking about interior, not alternate interior, by the way. Okay. Now here, if the transversal, okay, the transversal, this line intersect two lines. So we have two lines and a transversal. This is the transversal, and we have two lines intersect two lines and form a pair of supplementary interior angles. There is a supplementary interior angles. These two angles are supplementary. Yes, we have 110 and 70. So yes, this is supplementary angles. Okay, on the same side of transversal. This is in the same side of transversal. Then the two lines are parallel. Yes. So if the transversal intersects two lines and form a pair of supplementary interior angles on the same side, because we can have interior angle here and interior angle here, but not in the same side. So take care. So here we are saying two interior angles and they are supplementary on the same side of the transversal, and the transversal cut intersecting two lines. So that means these two lines are parallel. So this is the right answer. This one can be right, but actually we are talking about two interior angle on the same side of the transversal. Okay. Now for this figure, we have a measurement of angle 4. We have measurement of angle 4 and angle 7. Angle 7. These are corresponding angle, one internal angle and one external angle. And if these two lines are parallel, if line M parallel to line N, and this line is transversal, that means these two angles are congruent and equal. Okay, so now here we have measurement of angle 4 is 50. Okay, and measurement of angle 7 is 50. So they are equal. So then the reason to why M parallel to N is, so let's see now. Let's see the answer. Two lines perpendicular to the same line are parallel. Of course, wrong answer. Interior angle on the same side are supplementary. This is not enough. And at the same time, here we are talking about corresponding angle, not interior angle. So wrong answer. Here, if a transversal intersect two lines and form a pair. So here, if the transversal intersect two lines, so this is condition number 1, and form a pair of alternate interior angle. Alternate interior angle, that means angle, for example, angle 6 and angle 4, or angle 5 and angle 1. But here it's mentioned angle 4 and angle 7, which is corresponding angle. So this can be done if we are talking about alternate interior angle, but actually this will be wrong for this question. Now, if a transversal intersect two lines, okay, this is condition number 1, and form a pair of congruent corresponding angles, okay, we have two corresponding angles, 7 and 4, and they are congruent or equal, so this is condition number 2, then the two lines are parallel. Yes, this is the right answer. Now here, if the last one, if the transversal intersect two lines, so this is condition number 1, and forms a pair of a supplementary interior angles. This is condition number 2, but this condition is not in our, it's not our case here in our question here. Here our question is asking about, telling about corresponding angle, because here there is no interior angles. It's not mentioning any information about the interior angles. So this is wrong. But if we are talking about interior angles and interior angles on the same side are supplementary, then I can say this answer is right. But now this one is wrong for this question. Okay. Now here, let's see this question. It's saying which lines are parallel if angle 2, this is angle 2, and congruent to angle 5, congruent to angle 5. Okay. Here we have this line T is a transversal to these three lines. And we have angle 2 and angle 5. We have this line M and line M. So between line M and N, angle 2 is interior angle and angle 5 is exterior angle. And these two angles are corresponding angles and they are congruent, so they are equal. So by default, line M and line N will be parallel. Line K is not related to these two angles. So the answer here will be line M and line N. Okay. Now we have this figure here is saying if measurement of angle 3 is 75, measurement of angle 3, this is 75 degree. And measurement of angle 6 is 75. This is two angles. This is alternate interior angles and alternate interior angles. If these two lines are parallel and this line is transversal, they will be congruent and equal. Okay, so this is 75, this is 75. Now our question here is asking about alternate interior angle. Okay, because these two angles, 3 and 6, angle 3 and angle 6 are alternating interior angle. And if they are congruent and equal, so that means these two lines are parallel. Okay, so now let's see here the answers. Here is saying measurement of angle 3 is 75 and measurement of angle 6 is 75. Then the reason why S parallel to T, you want to prove why S parallel to T. Let's see here. First one, if a transversal intersect two lines, this is condition number 1, and forms a pair of congruent corresponding angle. Okay, corresponding angle. These two angles are corresponding? No. So that means for this solution, for this question, this answer is wrong because there is no congruent. He didn't mention in the question a congruent corresponding angle. Okay. Now, second one, if a transversal intersect two lines, okay, this is condition number 1, and forms a pair of supplementary interior angles. This is condition 2. But here, do we have did the question give us any details about supplementary interior angles on the same side of the transversal? No. So this answer is wrong. Now, two lines perpendicular to the same line, of course, this is wrong. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Yes, okay, it's alternate angles are congruent, but this is not enough. It has to validate two conditions. This is one of the conditions, not the two of the conditions. So this is wrong answer. Let's see this one. If a transversal intersect two lines, this is condition 1, and forms a pair of alternate interior angles that are congruent. Okay, these two angles, 3 and 6, alternate and congruent. So then the two lines are parallel, so this is the right answer. Now for this figure, we have measurement of angle 5 is 60. Okay. Measurement of angle 3 is 130. So that means these two angles, these two angles are interior angles on the same side of transversal, and at the same time they are supplementary, 180. Because angle 3 plus angle 6, angle 5 will be equal to 180. Because 130 plus 50, 120, sorry, 120, which is angle 3, and 5 is 60, it will be equal to 180. So we are talking about interior or co-interior angles on the same side. So let's see which one of these answers will match our question here, the given question here. Now, corresponding angle are congruent. We don't have any corresponding angle in this question, so wrong answer. If a transversal intersect two lines, this is condition number 1, and forms a pair of alternate interior angles, this is a condition number 2, but this condition is not mentioned here. Here we are talking about interior angles, not alternate interior angles. So this answer is right, but not for this solution, not for this question. Okay, so this is wrong answer. Now, two lines perpendicular to the same line of parallel is wrong answer. If the transversal intersect two lines, condition 1, and form a pair of congruent corresponding angles, this is condition number 2. That means the line is parallel, but here in this question, he didn't say anything about corresponding angles. Here is saying alternate interior angles. So will be a wrong answer. If a transversal intersect two lines, condition 1, and form a pair of supplementary 180 interior angles, they are interior angles on the same side and on the same side. So this is condition 2. Then the two lines are parallel, so this is the right answer. Now here, given line B, this is line B, and line Q are perpendicular to line M. Okay, this is line M, and both lines are perpendicular to this line. Now prove that line B is parallel to line Q. Okay, now here we have two lines, and this is transversal line. Okay, and these two lines are perpendicular to this line, so that means all the angles here are 90. So here, but here is mentioning this is external angle, this is interior angle, and this is 90 and 90, right? So we have here corresponding angles are equal, are congruent, so it's right answer. At the same time, if we have interior angle on the same side, this is 90 and this is 90, because all these sides are 90s, okay? All these angles are 90s. So this interior angle is 180. Corresponding angles equal. Alternate internal angles are equal also. So that means that because these two lines are perpendicular to the same line, so that means they are parallel. So let's see here. The statement is saying here line B and Q are perpendicular to line M. Yes, this is a given. Now, line P and Q are parallel, so let's see the reason here. Here it's saying definition of congruent angle. Definition of congruent angle, no, it's not for parallel lines. Now here, if two lines intersect forming one right angle, okay, then they are perpendicular, but here it's meaning two lines intersect. That means two lines intersect. So, but this is not my case, so this is wrong answer. Definition of parallel lines, there is nothing called definition of parallel line. Definition of parallel line means that two lines will never meet. Okay. Now two lines, we have two lines, line B and line Q, perpendicular to the same line, perpendicular to the transversal. This is the same line. Are parallel, that's right. Because if I have a line like this one, and I have line perpendicular on this side, and the other one is perpendicular, so these two lines are parallel. Let's take another shape. This is the transversal. So I have this line and this line. If they are perpendicular, so that means they are having the same distance between each other, so it will be parallel. Okay, so this is the right answer. Now a line perpendicular to one of two parallel lines, okay, it is perpendicular to the other. No. So maybe I have, this is the transversal, I have line perpendicular and I have the other line is not perpendicular. So does it mean that these two lines are parallel? Okay. Now the figure below shows a pentagon with one line of symmetry. So we have one line of symmetry. One line of symmetry, that means the right side is exactly like the left side, exactly with everything. So for example, if this angle is 70, so this angle is 70. Okay, line of symmetry, this whole angle is 110, so that means this angle is 55 and this angle is 55. And symmetry, this angle will be 90. And this angle is x, so the other side will be x. Now here is saying which of the following is a fact that you can use to calculate x. To calculate x is very simple. I have this one, so it will be x plus 70 plus 55 plus 90 will equal to 360. Okay, and the same other side will be the same thing. Okay, now here this is for number A, it will be x plus 55 plus 70 plus 90. Now for number B, he needs x, so it's very simple. So here let's x 70 plus 55, it will be 125 plus 90, it will be 215 equal to 360. 250 will go to the other side, so x will be 360 minus 215 will be equal to 145. Okay. Now, below is a diagram of Mr. Baker front yard. This is the front yard, it's a rectangle and rectangle, and there's right angles here. Okay, his dog kennel is at a point K. Okay, the dog is here in point K. Now, the dog leash is 18 meter long. Okay. Now, L is the furthest point the dog can reach. That means the distance between the dog, which is at point K, to L is 18 because the leash is 18 meter. So KL will be 18, right? Now, L is the furthest point the dog can reach. Okay. Now, which of the following is the fact that can be used to calculate it? Here, if you can see here, we have a right triangle. Okay, so here we can apply a Pythagorean theorem. Okay, and Pythagorean theorem, it says that to apply this theory to the triangle has to be a right triangle. What does it mean, right triangle? That has a right angle equal to 90 degrees. So I have this triangle. A is a 90 degree. So in this case, I can apply Pythagorean theory. So what is the formula for Pythagorean theory? Says that the hypotenuse, which is KL square, will be equal to the AL square plus AK square. So the formula will be that KL square, the hypotenuse square, will be equal to the two legs square. So it will be equal to AL square plus AK square. And this formula you can apply to measure the length if the triangle is right triangle or has 90 degree. Okay, or there must be a hypotenuse for this triangle. Now here, which of the following is the fact that can be used to calculate AL? So let's see which equation. Yeah, we see this equation by default because this is a Pythagorean theorem. Okay. Now here, correct to the two decimal place, you need to know the measurement of AL. Okay. Now we have this formula, so let's say AL square will be equal, AK will go to the other side, so it will be KL square minus AK square. Okay, now KL, as we said, 18 square, and AK, we have this side is 17, and here from BK is 5, so this one will be 12, so minus 12. Okay, now let's do the calculation. So now we have 18 square would be equal to 324 minus 12 squared will be 144, which will be equal, I have now 324 minus 144, it will be equal to 180. So 180 equal to AL square, right? Now AL will be equal to radical 180. So 180. So now we'll say radical 180 will be equal to 13.416. Okay. Now here is saying correct to two decimal places. Two decimal places, we have 1 and 2. There's 16, so we round it to it will be 13.42 because this is more than 5, so this one will be 2. Okay, so the answer will be 13.42. Okay. Now refer to the figure below to answer the question. Fill in the blanks. Okay. Now relative to line M and N, we have M and N. So we'll talk about M and N, and this line is transversal. This is R is transversal. Now angle 3, we have angle 3 with angle, make a pair of alternate interior angle. Alternate interior angle, that means 3 and 2. This is alternate interior angles, the 3 and 2. Now relative to line M and N with transversal R, angle 4. This is angle 4. Make a pair of co-interior angle. Co-interior angle, that means two interior angles in the same side of transversal. So it will be angle 3. Okay. Now relative to L and N. Where is L? This is L and N. Now this side. We have angle 5. This is angle 5. Their corresponding angle. So the corresponding angle of angle 4, angle 5, it will be angle 4 because these two lines, angle 5 is interior angle. So on the same side, we'll check for exterior angle to be a corresponding angle. So it will be angle 4. Okay. Now the graph below represents the relation between the original price. So original price and this original price in x-axis. Okay, and the sale price of the item sold in the store. This is the sale price, which is y-axis. Okay, now here the labels below indicate the original price and the sales price of the three items. Use the graph to find the missing values and fill the blanks. Okay, now here let's see this is the graph. Let's see the scale of this graph. We see here we have 0, 20, 40, 60, and here for x and 0, 20, 40, 60. So that means we have how many squares here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20 divided 4, so it will be 5. So each square will be 5, 5, 5. Okay, at the same time here. Now here he's saying, for example, the original price is 20. So to get the original price is 20, let's get the sale price. All what we do, we'll go to 20. So we'll draw the line, vertical line, until we match the line relation between the original selling and selling price. Then we will go to the other side to get y. Now here, y will be, this is 5, 10, 15. So the answer here, it will be 15. So the answer here will be 15. Okay. Now we need to get when the sale price is 30. This is sale price, and original price is 100. Now for first one we already get the result. Now for the second one, when sales price is 30, this is the sales price. So let's go to 30. We have, as we said, the square is 5. So we have here 20, 25, 30. So here is the sale price. Let's see what is the value of the original price. So we'll go horizontal here until we match the line. When we get the line, then we'll go down here. So the original price is 40. So here is 40. So now here we got that the original price when it was 20 from the graph, the sale price was 15. So the first point I have 20 and 15, right? Now the second price, the second item, when the sale price was 30, the original price was 40. So we have 40 and 15 and 30, right? Now he wants to know when the original price is 100, the sale price, what is the sale price? Okay, here in the graph, we don't have the 100. We don't have value for 100 as the original price. So we need to predict what will be the value of the sale price when the original price is 100. But here in the graph, we have 60. So when original price is 60, the sale price is 45. So this one, 60, it was 45. So now here, as we see, between each point, let's see the difference between each point and other. So here I'm increasing X, or the original price, 20. This is 20. 40 to 60 is 20. And for Y, from 15 to 30, so this is 15. From 30 to 45, also 15. So that means 80, I'm increasing 20. I will increase also here 15, so it will be 60. And 100, I'm increasing 20. So here also I increase 15, it will be 75. So the answer here, the selling, when the original price is 100, the selling price will be 75. Okay. Now here we have equations of the straight lines. We have y equal to x minus 2, x plus y equal to 3, y equal to 2x, and y equal to x plus 3. Now, 3 of the lines are shown on the graph here. So we have line 1, this is line 1, line 2, and line 3. Now, match each line with its equation. So now let's take line 1. This is the line 1. Okay, the line 1 intersects x-axis and y-axis in the points. For example, this point, it will be 0 and 3. So 0 and 3. And also intersect here 3 and 0. This is for line 1. Okay. Now to see which one of them, of this line or this straight line matching this line, we can substitute with these 2 points in this equations and see if it works or not. For example, let's take the first one, the straight line, y equal x minus 2. Let's substitute in the equation to see if this point is a solution for this equation or not. So we have y equal x minus 2. Now x is 0 and y is 3 minus 2. So the left hand side of the equation is not equal to the right hand side, so this is not the right answer. Okay, let's take the second one. We have x plus y equal to 3. Let's substitute here. X is 0, y is 3, is equal to 3. Left hand side equal right hand side. This is right. Let's take the other value, which is 3 and 0. So it will be 3 plus 0 equal to 3. So this is right also. And at the same time, if we make this equation as a line form, because I have line form, it says y equal ax plus b. So we have x plus y, where it has x plus y equal to 3. So we can say y equal to minus x plus 3. And the slope here is negative, so it's decreasing. So that means the line here is decreasing. So that means this equation is the right answer for line 1. So line 1 will be equal to x plus y equal to 3. Now let's see line 2. Line 2 is increasing, so slope is positive, and line 3 also is increasing, so it will be positive. Now let's take line 2 for example. So now we have line 2. So let's have line 2. Now line 2 here, we have point intersect x-axis and y-axis 2 points. The first point is 2 and 0. This point is 2 and 0. And the second point is 0 and minus 2. 0 and minus 2. So now this line is, we already get the solution, so we'll not use it. Now let's take this one. Y equal x minus 2. So y equal x minus 2. Let's substitute one of these points in the equation. So x is 0 and y is minus 2 and minus 2. So right hand side of the equation equal to left hand side to the equation, right, equal to right hand side of the equation. So this can be okay. Let's take the other one. We'll put here 2 and 0. So x is 2 and y is 0 and minus 2, 0 and 0, so they are equal. So that means this equation will be for line 2. So line 2, yes, this is the equation. So we'll remove this one from here also. Now the line 3, let's take line 3. Line 3 is in 0 and 0. There is a point 0 and 0. So let's substitute. We substituted in this equation y equal x plus 3. Okay, let's say 0 and 0. We have 0 and 0. Let's substitute with x with 0. So y will be 3, but here y is 0. So this will not be the right answer. So the equation will be y equal to 2x. So line 3 will be equal y equal to 2x. Okay. Sam rides his motorcycle for 5 hours per day. Okay, so this is the time. Now, if he rides at average speed, this is speed, 70 kilometers per hour. How far would Sam travel each day? How far would Sam travel? So this is the distance. So now, the speed equation, say speed equal to distance over time. Okay, and here if you can see we have here average speed 70 kilometer. This is a distance per hour. This is distance per time. Okay, now here the speed is, now you need to know the distance. So the distance will be cross multiplication. So distance equal to speed multiply time. Now the speed is 70 kilometer per hour and the time is 5 kilometer per hour, right? So it will be 350 kilometers. So the answer here 350 kilometers. And here you can see the speed is per hour and the time is per hour. Okay? And the distance is kilometer, so the speed is kilometer per hour, so the distance will be kilometer. Okay? Now, number B, Francis rides his motorcycle an average speed of 60 kilometer per hour. So the speed is 60 kilometer per hour. So now we write the equation. Speed equal distance divided by time. Okay? Now, how many hours? Now we need the time. Okay? Does it take Francis to travel 420 kilometers? So cross multiplication, so time would be equal to distance divided by speed. take care about the units. Here is kilometer, kilometer, and hour. Okay. So time will be coming when hour. Now the distance is 420 kilometers, and the speed is 60. So it will be equal to 7 because 0 will go to the 0, divide by 6 is 1, divide by 6 is 7. So 7 hours. Okay. Now the total length of the edges L of a cuboid is L equal to 4 multiply A plus B plus C. Okay, A, this is the edge, B is the edge, C is the edge. How many edges for A? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And for B, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And for C, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means 4 A plus B plus C. Now find the total length of the edges of the cube with edges 4 centimeter. That means A equal to B equal to C equal to 4. So substitute in the equation here. We have 4 plus 4 plus 4, all multiplied by 4. 8 plus 14, 4, 12. So 12 multiplied 4 is 48. So the answer here would be 48. Now, the formula for the length of diagonal D equal to radical A square plus B square plus C square. So this is diagonal D, which will be A square plus B square plus C square. Now, again, find the length of the diagonal of the cube with the edges of 4 centimeters. So we'll substitute here. So D would be equal to radical 4 square plus 4 square plus 4 square. So it will be equal to 16 plus 16 plus 16 radical equal to D. So it will be equal, this 32 plus 16 will be 48. So D will be equal to radical 48. Radical 48, it will be 6.9. Okay. Now here and for this figure we have HK and JG bisects each other. That means OJ equal to OG and OK equal to OH because they are bisect each other in the middle, okay? And this is a given. Now we want to prove that HG parallel to KG. So here select the correct option from the H drop-down menu that must be used to fill the missing reasons in the proof below. So the first one, we said HK and JJ bisect each other, so it's given. Now O is a midpoint. Yes, this midpoint of HK and JJ. This is because it says it's bisects, so this is a segment bisector. Segment bisector. So from the segment bisector, we will get that because the segment bisector, that means OH will be congruent to OK and OJ will be congruent to OJ, and this will be the definition of the midpoint. This is the definition of midpoint because the midpoint says that the segments of the line will be equal. Okay. So now for this triangle, now I have this segment equal and this triangle will be equal to this segment congruent, and this segment will be equal to this segment of the other triangle which is congruent, and have angle 1 and angle 2, they are vertical angles, so they will be congruent and equal. So now I have two sides and one angle, right? So that means I can prove this triangle, which is OKJ, will be congruent to triangle GOH. Be congruent to O, and K would be with J with G and J with H. Yeah. So these two triangles are congruent. Okay, and they are congruent because two sides and one angle, so it will be side angle side. So SAS postulate. Now I have angle 1 and angle 2. They are vertical angles. So now triangle HGO congruent to KGO because it's SAS postulate, side angle side. I proved that two sides are congruent and one angle, so side angle side, side angle side. Now, so because these two triangles are congruent, so anything related to this triangle will be congruent also. So we have angle H, angle H, and angle K will be congruent. Angle G and angle J will be congruent, right? So in this case, I have angle H congruent to angle K. Here it's a corresponding parts of a congruent triangle are congruent. Yes, that's right. So HJ will be parallel to GK to KJ. I want now because I got that this angle are equal to this angle. So HJ would be parallel to JK because if alternate interior angle is, for example, this is the line and this is the other line and this line is the transversal, right? So these are two internal angles between the lines, alternate interior angles. So if alternate interior angles are congruent, then the two lines are parallel. Yeah. Now, given that triangle BVU, this triangle, is congruent to QWU, so that because they are congruent, so any corresponding parts of the congruent triangles are congruent. That means BU will be congruent to QU and equal, and VU will be congruent to UW and congruent and equal. Okay, and angle W will be congruent to angle V, and angle W is 90, so angle V is 90. Now let's see here the statement here. The triangle BVW congruent to QW, and W is right. Okay, this is given. Now measurement of angle W is 90. Definition of the right angle, right? And angle W congruent to angle V because corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Okay. Now measurement of angle W will be equal to measurement of angle V. This is definition of congruent angle because they are congruent, so they are equal. Now angle V will be equal to 90. This is a substitution. This is angle V will equal to 90. This is substitution because we said that measurement of angle W will be equal to measurement of angle V. Let's substitute angle W with 90. So this is a substitution. Now, so angle V is right. It's a right angle. So this is definition of the right angle. Now BV perpendicular to VW. Yes. And QW will be perpendicular to VW. Here is saying that if we have two lines intersecting, forming one right angle, they are perpendicular. So here I have BV is parallel to QW because two lines perpendicular to the same line are parallel. Okay, this line is perpendicular, this line is perpendicular, so they will be parallel. Okay. Now the graph below is used to identify a solution set of the inequality y bigger than -1, and there is no equal here, so that means the line will be dotted. Yes. And y bigger than -1, so that means this is the solution above this line. Okay, because y equal -1, that means whatever x value, y will be -1. So this is the x, so the values of x here, whatever value of x here, the y will be same value, -1. So this will be the line. Now, the line graph represents the line associated with the given inequality. Now, fill in the blank. The y-intercept. Y-intercept, that means x equal to 0. So here, y bigger than -1. So x is 0. There is no x, so y will always be -1. So y will be -1. Now choose the proper description from the drop-down menu to identify the solution set. The solution set is represented by a set of points, of course, above the line. Okay. Now refer to the figure below. Okay, fill in the blank. If there is not enough information, enter 999. If x equal, then L equal to T, parallel to T. Means this one parallel to T. There's a transversal line, and we have this angle, and we have this angle. Okay, now how to prove that this line is parallel to this line? So the only way to prove this, and this angle is not related to this angle, but if we proved, and this angle is interior angle, so if we prove that this angle plus this angle equal to 180, so that means that interior angle are supplementary, so that means that these two lines are parallel, right? So that means, and this angle is vertical to this angle. This is 58, so this angle is 58. So if these two lines are parallel, that means the summation of these two angles are supplementary. That means equal to 180. That means 58 plus 4x plus 22 will equal to 180. So we need to know what is x to match the equation and make these two angles, the summation of these two angles are supplementary. That means equal to 180. So now here we have this one, 58 plus 22, it will be 80. So 4x will be equal to 100. Divide by 4, so x will be equal to 25. So when x is 25, that means this side will be 180, and this side, the other side will be 180. So that means that these two, the interior angles are equal to 180. That means these two lines are parallel. Now MP and QN bisects each other at R. Bisects each other at R, that means RB will be equal to Rn, and Rs will be a midpoint, definition of a midpoint, and we have RQ equal to Rn. Okay, and 1 and 2 are vertical angles, so that means from this we have in the two angles we have sides are equal and angle, so that means this triangle will be congruent to this triangle. Now prove that Mn is parallel to QP. Now we here we have MB and QN bisect each other. This is a given. So R is a midpoint. This is the definition of the segment bisector, because these two segments bisect each other. So this is a definition of segment bisector. Okay, so this is why that R is a midpoint. Now MR congruent to RB and QR congruent to Rn. And this is a definition of the midpoint, because of the midpoint, so this is the definition of midpoint. Okay. Now, angle 1 equal congruent to angle 2, this is vertical angles, right? So this triangle will be congruent to this triangle, so we have side, because we have side, angle side, equal to side, angle side. So it will be SAS postulate. Okay. Now, we say here measurement of angle B congruent to measurement of angle B. So angle M congruent to angle B, because we said that the corresponding parts of a congruent triangle is congruent. This corresponding part of congruent triangle is congruent. And these two angles are alternate exterior because this is the transversal and this is the two lines. So this angle will be congruent to this angle. That means they are equal, and because this alternate internal angle are equal, so that means these two lines are parallel. Okay. So here is saying that MN will be parallel to QB because alternate interior angles are congruent and the two lines are parallel. Okay.